Nikola Tesla, the greatest mind of all the time and also a man of mysteries, said that if you knew the magnificence of 3, 6, and 9, you would have a key to the universe. So, what did he mean by this? Had he found some code of the universe? In this video, I will tell you why did Nikola Tesla say this. After watching the video, you will understand how our whole universe is controlled by numbers 3, 6, and 9, and how they are present everywhere in the universe. You will also know how the numbers 3, 6, 9 represent a higher dimensional world while rest of the numbers belong to our three-dimensional world. I will also discuss how number 9 is the controller of all the other numbers and how it can control even space and time. Here I will provide many mathematical and physical evidences and examples to prove how the number 9 is present everywhere and is the controller of all the other numbers and the universe. Our universe is so mathematical. Almost everything in nature is highly symmetrical and follows geometrical patterns. We can see these patterns in the form of golden ratio and Fibonacci sequence present in many things in the nature. Everything is made up of particles, and if we go deeper at even more microscopic level, we reach into the quantum world, which is pure mathematics. All the living things in this world are made up of cells. Multicellular organisms are formed by the division of a single cell. A single cell divides into two cells, then after division of both the cells, we get four cells. Then 8, 16, 32, 64, and 128 cells are produced. In this way, the doubling sequence continues, and finally, we have a full multicellular organism. Now let's try to understand this sequence mathematically. You can see here is a sequence of doubling of numbers starting from number 1, like 1, 2, 4, 8, and so on. Here the next number is double of the previous number. Now we will convert all of these numbers into a single digit number. For this, we will add the digits of the number until we get a single digit number. This final single digit is called the digital root of the number. So here you can see the digital roots of these numbers. Now observe the digital roots shown in orange color. Can you observe a pattern here? You will see a repeated sequence of numbers 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. Even if you repeat it up to infinity, the same pattern repeats. Now, instead of doubling the numbers, let's halve the numbers repeatedly. This time also we will start with number 1. Add all the digits of the number and get the digital root as shown here. You will be surprised to see that this time too we get the same numbers repeatedly that we got in case of doubling the numbers. So in both the cases of doubling and halving the numbers, we are getting the same numbers 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5. Did you notice one amazing thing here? In both the sequences, numbers 3, 6, and 9 are missing every time. In the diagram, these repeating numbers 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5 are shown in white color. And the numbers that are missing in the sequence every time, that is 3, 6, and 9, are shown by yellow color. But what does the absence of numbers 3, 6, and 9 in the sequence mean? Does it point to any secret code of the God or some mystery of the universe? According to some researchers, numbers 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5 represent our three-dimensional world where we live in. An absence of numbers 3, 6, and 9 in the sequence means these numbers belong to a higher dimensional world. But what will happen if we double or halve the numbers starting from number 3 or 6? Let's double the numbers starting from number 3. On doubling the previous number, we get the next number. Now find the digital roots of the numbers. You will be surprised after seeing the results. We will get only two numbers, 3 and 6, every time. Notice all the numbers that were present in the previous sequence are absent this time, and numbers 3 and 6 were completely absent in the previous sequences. Okay, let's do some more maths. This time we will halve the numbers repeatedly starting from number 3. Here are the numbers. Now again get the digital roots of the numbers by adding the digits of the number. And here is what we get. Amazing! This time also we get the same numbers 3 and 6. Hence, whether we double or half the numbers, if we start with number 3, we get numbers 3 and 6 only. Even if we double or half the numbers starting from number 6, we will get the same numbers 3 and 6 every time. But surprisingly, even this time, 9 is absent in the sequence. Actually, number 9 controls the numbers 3 and 6, and numbers 1, 2, 4 are controlled by number 3, while numbers 8, 7 and 5 are controlled by number 6. In this way, number 9 controls all the numbers. You will get incredible results when we start doubling and halving the numbers from number 9. We are getting only a single number, number 9. What will happen if we halve the numbers repeatedly starting from number 9? What you see? We are getting number 9 every time. No other number is present in the sequence. Even on adding the digits in the table of 9, we get number 9 only. So we see whether we double or half the numbers starting from number 9, we always get the number 9 only. It implies that number 9 represents itself. Now let me show you how powerful the number 9 is and how it is present everywhere in the universe. Let's start dividing a circle and see the sum of digits of the resulting angle. As we know that a full circle makes an angle of 360 degrees at its center. If we add the digits of 360, we get number 9. But what will happen if we keep on dividing the circle in half infinitely? The results that you will get will definitely boggle your mind. A semicircle makes an angle of 180 degrees at the center, which again adds up to 9. Now again divide the circle in half and we have an angle of 90 degrees. Find the digital root of the number. It's 9 again. Repeat the same process and we will get 9 as the digital root. Now see what will happen if we keep on dividing the circle in half repeatedly. Unbelievably, you will get number 9 as the digital root every time, even on repeating the same process infinite times. But is this true only for a circle or does it apply to polygons also? Here is a triangle. We know that sum of all the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. On adding the digits of the number, we get 9. In case of a rectangle also, if we add the digits of the sum of all the interior angles of a rectangle, which is 360 degrees, we get number 9. Now we have a pentagon. Sum of all the interior angles of a pentagon is 540 degrees, which also adds up to 9. We get the same digital root 9 on repeating the same process for hexagon, heptagon, and octagon. If we keep on increasing the number of sides of the polygon, we will get the same number 9 every time. Did you notice an amazing thing here? When we were dividing the circle in half repeatedly, we were reaching the singularity of space. As every time we got number 9, it means number 9 follows the space up to its singularity. And when we were increasing the number of sides of the polygon was looking like a circle. As the number of sides of the polygon approaches infinity, it becomes a circle. As in all the polygons, we got number 9. It means number 9 also follows a space up to infinity. So it is clear that number 9 is present from singularity of space to the infinity of space. Now I will give you some more examples that will help you in believing that number 9 exists at all the places in the universe. Does number 9 has any relationship with time also? Yes, of course. It proves that number 9 is present everywhere in space and time. This is not all. By the researchers that our universe vibrates at a frequency of 432 Hz. This 432 Hz also reduces to 9. A well-known symbol of ohm on pronouncing correctly produces a frequency of 432 Hz, the frequency at which the universe vibrates. On observing the shape of the ohm symbol, it appears to be a combination of 3, 6 and 9 with number 9 at the top of 3 and 6. A proof how number 9 represents everything and also nothingness. Actually, number 9 is same as number 0 in some sense. But how? Let's understand it. In any number, if we replace 0 by 9, then there is no change in the digital root of the number. One more thing, as we get 0 on multiplying any number by 0, in the same way we get number 9 as the digital root on multiplying it with number 9, since 0 is same as 9. Let me tell you one more amazing fact about number 9. If we add all the numbers except number 9, that is from number 0 to number 8, the sum reduces to number 9. Hence we can say that number 9 represents all the other numbers. It represents itself and also nothingness and everything. Number 9 is the king of all the numbers that controls all the other numbers and space-time. So friends, this was all about the mystery of numbers 3, 6 and 9.
So we invested in wind, we invested in solar, we invested in biomass. We're all about increasing energy efficiency and finding new, renewable, clean sources of energy. We don't yet have the technological breakthroughs that can completely replace fossil fuels. Unless somebody here invents something tomorrow, which would be very helpful. And if you have it, let me know.
With all due respect, Mr. President, this is me letting you know. I'm here representing the Vortex-based mathematics project, which was founded by my teacher, Marco Rodin. Nearly 40 years ago, Marco discovered an unknown mathematical language inherent to nature. Now I found the key of how to model it in three-dimensional space. The importance of this discovery cannot be underestimated. With it, I believe we can create inexhaustible clean energy, produce unlimited food, end all diseases, travel anywhere in the universe, build the ultimate supercomputer, and obsolete all existing technology. How is it possible that we make such outrageous claims? It's because we have the secret that connects all the world's technologies into one: numbers. A living language, a jigsaw puzzle that when pieced together no longer forms an approximation or a rendition of reality. Numbers are reality, neither imaginary, nor irrational, nor arbitrary. Numbers are actually a waveform that folds out into a 3D shape, defining space and time literally. The shape of a torus, nature's original donut, many believe may hold the key to creating a clean and sustainable environment for future generations. We can tap what has been referred to as the 0 point energy, sometimes referred to as free energy, and already the evidence and traces of that exist in very simple home-built technology.
This technology has been around for centuries.
In this demonstration, we're using a 12-volt battery which feeds into a simple circuit that creates a sound frequency. That sound frequency is then fed into the coil, and then it comes out in the form of usable light. Now the important thing here is that we're able to light 98 LEDs at a fraction of the energy consumption that it would normally take to light around 8 LEDs. So we're getting 90 more LEDs for less energy consumption. We stumbled upon the vortex math of Randy Powell and Marco Rodin and began to expand on their concepts.
This technology is not to be privatized or owned by any individual or corporation, but is instead our desire to open source it to the public, and in the process to make a film documenting the construction, the development, and the investigation of both the math and the technology. The problem is not the lack of a collective desire for a positive future, but the lack of a collective vehicle for positive actions. Humanity doesn't have to have a dark future, and it's not going anywhere that we don't steer it. We have a technology in our hands that can boom the market of alternative energy, solar cells, and electric vehicles, and change our world forever. We have already achieved the impossible, but now we need your help to make the impossible an everyday experience. What we have is the grand unified field theory. With it, you can create inexhaustible free energy, end all diseases, produce unlimited food, travel anywhere in the universe, build the ultimate supercomputer, artificial intelligence, and obsolete all existing technology. And with it, you can do all the functions of all the branches of math instantly. It displays a perfect spin symmetry of numbers forming mirror images just like our two hands, a feat that's baffled countless scientists and mathematicians. When you look at this symbol, you immediately see it's composed of two aspects. One is this lazy 8, or the infinity symbol, and the other is the red pyramid at the top. The infinity symbol is the equation for the physical world we live in. It's a circuit or a pathway of motion. 6 numbers that form a hexagon. Thus, such diverse phenomena as light polarizing, beehives, Saturn's North Pole, and snowflakes are all versions of this hexagon. These shapes form pathways for any matter in motion, which is never straight, but always at an angle. Nothing in the physical world ever moves in a straight line, not a bullet shooting, not lightning coming down out of the sky. Everything is a coil, even a photon coming from a distant star, proving relativity exists. Our body is called this mortal coil. Our DNA is a coil, and it's no coincidence that it matches our equation perfectly. It makes us into a vortex machine that sucks things in at the top and shoots them out at the bottom.
Our bodies are toroidal systems, our planet is a toroidal system, and all vortex energy works in the same fashion.
The center of electricity is magnetism. At the center of magnetism is a flux. It's a higher dimensional energy known by many names such as dark energy, tachyons, monopoles, gravitons. We call it etheron energy. It's the energy that's keeping us conscious and alive, and it's not a static or stationary energy. It's a pulse, it's a surge, it's the beating heart of all existence. It's the ultimate fundamental particle in the universe, the God particle, and I know how to harness it. This energy is the source of all time, motion, and vibration. It's the only thing that comes from the whole, or the zero, the center of the cyclone. It emanates linearly in all directions, penetrating everything without any resistance. It cannot be shielded. As it penetrates, it leaves a grain. It shows you how things move, how they stick together or come apart. It animates everything. It's the source of the non-decaying spin of the electron. If you combine it with a coil, you get a perfect mathematical vortex consisting of a positive electromagnetic energy radiating out and a negative backdraft counter space, which is the same as gravity. It allows for contraction. Etherons are literally the glue that holds the universe together. Einstein called it an inertia ether. Ultimately, when this is arrayed in true 3D shape, which is what I discovered, it forms a shape commonly known as a torus or a donut. This experiment you're going to watch while I finish my talk, I want you to keep in mind when you're watching this magnet spinning around, there's no energy going into this coil. It's totally turned off. And I'll continue. Your blood cells are a torus. DNA is a torus. Magnetic fields, galaxies, all toruses. It's a one-way, living, systemic electrical machine, a self-sustaining jet. You might say a flying saucer. I found the way to calculate this torus in a perfect 3D, 4D, and higher mathematical hologram that can be scaled up and down to infinity, and which we now call the Abha torus. Or sometimes we refer to it by Marco's name, which is the flux thruster atom pulsar electrical venturi space-time implosion field generator coil. And with it, it's possible to create a localized space-time implosion, a controlled desktop black hole. That magnet's still spinning. There's no energy in the coil. This is the final technology, the philosopher's stone, a reactionless drive unaffected by any weight that it carries. It's a true model of an atom, and with it I have the key to the periodic table, which a professor from the University of North Carolina told me could be the greatest scientific discovery of all time. We can, for the first time, cross from one science to another, unbroken, whether it's subatomic physics, periodic table, computer science, DNA. Remember, I said cure all diseases, artificial intelligence, all the result of Etheron flux fields. And so simply put, this torus does it all. It's a blueprint for a perfectly efficient magnetic field generating coil, a spaceship, a surgical tool, a supercomputer, and even a high-fidelity speaker all in one. Are such things possible? Frankly, yes, they are. And my team is ready to develop them at any time. What you see here was just from the most primitive approximation of my work. But the truth and reality of our project is it suffered from a tremendous lack of attention. It has been peer-reviewed by some of the best names in science. But because of our unwillingness to sell it out for private interests, it remains in the hands of exhausted volunteers like myself. Our goal is to create a grassroots energy and technology revolution by turning this information, this knowledge over to the public in an open source project. Science museum exhibits for kids, a simple book, a simple DVD. That's all we're looking to do. And by that, we want to turn it into the hands of the people to produce and save the whole world. Thank you very much.